Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So for the second part, we are going to look at the event in which we can use the passive voice, or the most appropriate to use the passive voice. So generally, we use the passive voice if we want to put the emphasis on the object or the verb rather than the doer of the action. So that is for general, right? So there are several instances where that happens that we will explore later. And also, this is important as well. You can actually omit or left out the doers in these sentences. So how to do so? So let's look. Okay, so here are some examples of when to use the passive voice. So when we don't know who the doer is, right? So this is often used in crime reporting lah. When my money has been stolen. So who is the doer in this sentence, right? We don't know. But if you want to put a doer by a thief or by somebody, so the active voice would be somebody has stolen my money. But the sentence is redundant lah, right? So of course it's a thief or it's somebody who stole your money. And then next, when the doer is obvious, leaders in this country are democratically elected. So when we say democratically elected, what does it mean? It means that it is elected by who? Mean we elect the leader of this country, right? The people. So if we want to put it in the active voice, um, the people elect leaders in this country, right? But because of the word democratically elected, so we don't put by the people in this country because it is understood already, because democracy, right? And the next sentence, the movement control order will be lifted next month by who? By the government lah. So it is obvious. So if we want to put it in the active voice, the government will lift the movement control order next month, right? And the next, when the doer is not important, my house is being redecorated as we speak. So who decorated doesn't matter. It's probably the worker or interior designers, right? But what matters most is my house. My house is the focus of the sentence. So again, if you look at these three sentences, I don't put the doer, right? By thief, by everybody. No, it's not needed, right? When people in general are the agent here the doer lah, right? Sorry. This lift can only be used from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. only. So what does it mean? Who are the people? Means that you can only use. So that is the active voice. You can only use this lift from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then scientific report. So I'm sure because most of you guys are science students, so you have to do this. Acid is then added into the test tube, right? For scientific report, the methodology section, so you have to decide you have to write and describe the process in which the experiments are being carried out, or how the experiments are being carried out. So you use the passive voice. Acid is then added into the test tube. The compounds are then mixed. If you want to put it in the active sentence, it becomes we add acid into the test tube and then we mix the compounds. And then is the last one is for methods of stylistics, right? Sometimes it just sounds nicer, or it sounds like yeah, so it to serve a certain purpose, which is to absorb responsibility, meaning you want to avoid from taking blame for something. So for example, 70 people from the village were killed in the series of bombings. So who killed those people, right? So if it is written by the US newspaper, so if you write it, US or our army killed 70 people from the village. So it sounds very bad. So that's why usually in newspaper reportings, they would write like this so that the doer is not put in the spotlight. And then these are comments, right? Mistakes were made, but we ask who made the mistakes? Why are they being made? And so if we write like this, we don't see like I make the mistakes, right? And then the economy is ruined due to poor management and rampant corruption. So here the doer is not obvious, isn't it? So if you put like the it in the active voice, you write, it will be like um, the corrupt government ruin the economy. So it become very obvious, isn't it, who the doer is? But if you write it like this, then it doesn't seem so obvious. Okay, so these are the instances when you can use the passive voice. Other than that, you can also use it when you want to paraphrase, right? You want to take information from other source and you want to make it your own. It's a good idea if you change it into the passive voice to avoid from plagiarizing. Okay, so I think that's it for today's lesson. Thank you.